All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. This is Ty here tonight. I'm going to add Professor Policy here. We're having a little technical issues on our side. Try speaking now, Professor Policy.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, now I can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
That was weird. No. Oh, maybe because I haven't added you to the broadcast. Maybe that's why I couldn't hear you. Still learning as I go. All right. All right. Here, I'll turn my end. Finish getting this in up on my end. Okay. Did you see the questions?
Yes, I did.
All right. Hold on. Trying to. Yeah. I'll get the hang of this eventually. Whatever Zoom is easier. I'll have to experiment with Zoom. Because we did Zoom and the way that my friend had it, whoever was speaking, they just changed to that person's camera. So that was nice. H, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. There we are, H. Okay. Okay, good. Here we go. All right. Woo, all right. I'm going to send one more message to somebody. DJ, let her know that we're here. All right. And where is Sue? Message. Oh, message. And we are. All right, so just us at the moment, but like I said, as I told you earlier, Mama T should join in. She loves doing these things, and I gave her the link. So I guess I'll hold off the recap until some more people show up. That I want to repeat myself. But this is the grand finale. I will probably do more streams, maybe on a weekly basis, but this is definitely the last for the daily. I do have some ideas. I definitely have an idea for a couples theme, and I probably work well at the end of the month or maybe the start of the next month, where you get a couple of couples in here, because I would love to have the topic. Anyway, Professor, can you take your camera? Try tilting it so you're a little more center.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right, wonderful. All right, thank you.
Now cut off altogether.
Huh?
Said cut off. I mean, I can't see anybody. I just see the screen, with all the icons on it.
You don't see me?
No.
Okay. All right, I'll run back. I'll run down there. So here we go. Hold on. I should have happened if you just turned the screen. That's weird.
Yeah, that's why I try not to touch it. Just leave well enough alone.
Oh, you just accidentally closed the window.
But I didn't. Okay, but I mean, I just moved it. I didn't touch anything else. I didn't touch the mouse or anything.
Okay. All right. And I'm back. Going up and down the stairs is not fun. All right, so this is the grand finale, and I sent the folks that hopefully will participate 2 questions. First question being basically, if you could send a message to yourself to February 29th, because it's a leap year, that'll be a Saturday, meaning the next day will be Sunday. You'd have about 2 weeks before this things started shutting down and closing down and confining and rules and restrictions. So let's start with that question. If you could go send a message to yourself to the end of February, what would that message be?
What I was thinking about when we go to exercise class, we always end in a circle holding hands and saying a prayer.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, like, our instructor asked us to do that. So I'm not sure, would I ask that we not do that? And I'm wondering when we come back, will we continue to do that or will it not be doing that?
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with the church, we hold hands at the end and we sing and sway back and forth. So I'm wondering when we go back to church, is that tradition going to continue or not? So that's it. I don't think I can answer that. So I don't know.
Well, that's interesting. Well, as faith-wise, if we knew ahead of time we're going, someone might say it'd be good to have that last-minute solidarity, because after this is all over, maybe we won't go back to that, or maybe some churches will do that. Some churches might not. Some churches might do a totally different practice. So it might be the case of, well, maybe we should have had that last physical, because it didn't quite hit the country until. I mean, it hit the country beforehand, but not in this mass, dangerous level until mid-March. So it was still relatively safe, in February. In fact, I didn't even that week is probably the first I even heard any significant news about it. I'm quite sure it was in. I was quite sure it was in news reports, but in the not top of the hour, top of the broadcast news reports. We're like, hey, this is also going over in China. we're a little concerned.
Right. So that's a question.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about all I can think of. I can't think of anything else that I would change. I mean, my routine is pretty routine. I can't think of because just saying social distance, I'm not really around that many crowds as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm
go ahead.
When I go to choir rehearsal, but even then we don't sit that close because there's not that many of us. So I don't know what I would do differently.
Well, even though you have your routine, there are still places you might want to go, or supplies you might want to get, or maybe pick up some skill, or say, hey, start learning this now. So certainly with masks, everyone was running around for toilet paper. I think we probably should have gone look around for masks, or started learning how to do masks. That's something I definitely would have looked into. Get at least one more packet of masks. We're fortunate that Tita and Mom and all of our immediate family is sort of okay with that, or have some type of face cover alternative. But yeah, when everyone else was running around for toilet paper, I would have been running around for masks and gloves and disinfectant spray. And
yeah, right. I agree with that. I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's something I would have done. If I knew this was coming, I would have, got masks. If you knew there's going to be a mask shortage and that they were going to actually tell us to wear masks, it seems like they also we're behind the curve. I mean, telling people, if the people in the hospitals couldn't get the mask, how do they expect us to get masks? You know,
Yeah.
at the last minute, telling us to wear masks. So,
and then there was a whole back and forth of, well, you don't really need a mask. Now we don't. Now everybody has to wear a mask, or So hold on. I'm trying to set up a question. And I see that someone else is in the chat. So say hi, whoever that other person is in the chat room. Say hi, identify yourself, and you might even want to get in on here on screen if possibly. Question once, but right now we're discussing a question. What pro tip advice would you give yourself if you could send a message back to February 29th, which is the Saturday? Oh, wait a minute, I got 2 comments here. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's DJ Shalani. Hey, hi. She's on her cell phone. She's using her cell phone. That's wonderful. All right. Well, you should be able to join via your cell phone if you want to. I sent you the link there to your Instagram. So if you want to get on face-to-face, feel free. But if you want to stick with just the text, the messaging in the chat room, that's perfectly fine as well. But yeah, oh, she'll be coming in a second. Okay, well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. We look forward to having you here. And hopefully DJ Jerry will join as well. So yeah, just to answer my own question, yeah, certainly masks, gloves, not buying some of the things I bought because Mom wound up buying them a few days later. So I would save my time and money in that, and probably possibly try to apply for something at Amazon earlier. Like they've been sending messages for ever since you took me to have me go to the East Orange job fair.
mm-hmm.
Messages alert, so maybe I would have just gone for whatever they had at the time when they got sent latest alert and just grabbed a job. That way I could have a little something before all this nonsense I'm going now, where I've done everything right. I'm just waiting to hear from them, and I'm like,
right. Yeah. When did we order that food package?
Oh yeah, that was probably around that time also.
Yeah, we've done that a lot earlier.
Yeah, done that a lot earlier, or not at all, because it's so expensive. But yeah. Definitely earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, mask, gloves. And I would have gotten some sewing supplies, because I remember growing up, we used to have a sewing box. My mom used to have a sewing box, that yellowish padded thing, and I don't know where that is, if she still has it or not.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to sew anyway, but at least I have those tools, and get some elastic, get some disposable fabric to cut up.
Mm-hmm.
So DJ Shalane, if you're coming in here, we were saying when everyone else was running around looking for toilet paper, I would have looked for gloves and masks. And my father mentioned the last services that he attended, or the ends with everyone holding hands and spraying together, as part of the ceremony. You think, well, maybe we shouldn't do that for that day. But I said, well, that week was the last week, was still pretty safe in the world, or at least in the nation, not to say, before things really started going crazy. So it probably would have been good to have that last holding of hands, because we might stop holding hands. So once this is all said and done, there's that one extra saying, like, hey, we should probably just stop shaking hands altogether. Well, if you're not going to stop shaking hands, then probably going to have hands shaking in the church and stuff. But it's a sign of unity. Handshaking, hugs, pats on the back. Going to be a weird time. All right, and the second question. We'll get on to the second question just until she pops in. Where is my meme? I'm trying to hold on. And I'm really glad that you're here, Professor, because it could, because as you've seen a lot of things throughout our history of our nation, and now this is just set aside its own little unique chapter. So basically, 25 years from now, when they're doing retrospectives about this era, what lessons would you hope humanity would remember 25 years from now?
Well, I hope that they learn it now, and we should have learned it even before now, that we live on one globe, one world,
Mm-hmm.
and we can't isolate ourselves from what's happening on another part of the world. We have been creatures that came out of Africa, we moved and we populated the whole globe, but we're still moving. We're not a species that stays in one place. We're constantly moving. So I hope we learn that what happens in one part of the world is going to eventually come over to where we are. And, the air, we got the same air, the air moves around the world. So they say like climate change. So the climate is going to affect everybody. So I hope we learn that it's one world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree that in this era of self-isolation, once we get out of it, the technology has allowed us to be communicative and know about what's going on in the world faster. But yeah, that's a good point, that it is one planet, it is one world, and we still have the argument of whether or not global warming is a thing. Oh, here she comes. All right, Mama T, I'm going to let you in a few moments. I want to finish up my point on this, and then I'll let you in, okay? Give me a thumbs up if you hear me. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Right, so I'm going to finish up my point, and then I'll let you into the chat. Yeah, we are well, we still got the people debating about global warming and the effect on the planet, but you see posts from various countries that had a lot of pollution. Once everyone went home after a few days, the skies cleared, like literally the skies cleared. So we definitely have an impact. And even though it's a continent away, that air does eventually come around to us. And hey, all right, BSD 79 is coming. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, well, I'm about to let you guys in. So first of all, coming to the stream, we have Mama T. Hello. And as well coming into the stream. Hello, hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep, yes, I can hear you.
All right.
All right. All right. Well, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the grand finale of this series. As I was telling Professor Policy, that I will probably, I might switch to doing things weekly, just to have something to do, but also to keep connected, and it's fun in a great way. But yeah, as far as like daily, as for the daily, over what we chatted earlier, but we started off with questions. So you guys have a chance to read the question I sent and reflect on them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. All right, and we got a comment in here. Let me get to the comment for it. Oh, the Tatumizer is here. Tatumizer, welcome to the live stream. All right, I'm gonna switch to B Steed. I'm gonna bring up the question. Tatumizer, if you want to post a comment in the comment section, you can. If you put the question, we're gonna go back to the first question. All right, so if you could send a message to yourself, or go back in time to February 29th, that's the Saturday, that would give you the first 2 weeks of March to get prepared or do anything. What advice would you give yourself if you could go back in time then?
Oh,
and we're back to the first question, DJ Shalane, she's also in here too. So what advice would you give yourselves if you go back in time? Professor of Policy said that with church ceremonies, he might have suggested not to hold hands, but at that time the nation was still pretty safe. So I think holding hands was good, especially since we might not get to hold hands again. But I was saying when everyone else was running for toilet paper, I would have run for masks and spare scrap pieces for sewing and sewing kit and gloves and all those other materials. So what would you guys? What kind of advice?
Stocked up more on bleach and cleaning supplies. Then I would probably have told myself take it more seriously and prepare for the long run.
Yeah, yeah. I did some initial shopping. I thought it would be less, because the president's like, well, it should clear up around April. So okay, fine. I'll get a supply for 2 weeks. But no, it might last. No, it might last through the summer. Oh no, it might last to the fall. Oh, it might not last to the next year. Like, well, I just got a couple of cans. How much, rather, how much? What advice would you give yourself if you go back and send this message?
If I went back, I would have told myself to start applying for other jobs much more sooner than now, because like I said, I'm about to get furloughed soon, and I was already losing hours at Disney as is earlier this year and stuff. So I should have just started applying sooner to other places. Maybe give myself more of a chance, so I can still be doing something instead of being stuck here. But I didn't know, like I said, this year I was planning to go transition to become like a teacher. But even the educational field, like everything is almost got canceled except for if you work for the grocery store, Walmart, gas station, and stuff. So that's why I probably to myself, start applying for jobs more sooner. Because like I said earlier this year, my hours at Disney were already starting to dwindle. So I should use more of that input and to do that. Yeah.
I was supposed to start with Amazon this weekend, and that's got postponed. I mean, Amazon's still operating, but that's got postponed. And our father was just telling us, told me earlier that the Newark, New Jersey mayor wants to close all the businesses on Mondays to give workers a chance to rest. But I was telling him, well, that's problematic because if people aren't working, that means they're not earning an income, what little income opportunities they have. Businesses, they're not gaining revenue because they're not, open for business. People who might need some supplies, that's one less opportunity to get supplies. And then just in general, it's one less thing for us to do. We're already can't go to the parks, can't go to the movie theaters, can't go to the clubs, can't go to the restaurants, can't go to this. And now we're shutting it down for the day in that city, and he's trying to encourage the governor to make it statewide, along with trying to find masks. So if you do go somewhere, you're not going to be forced out of the building or dragged off
a bus. Yeah, I saw that.
I would have tried to start. I got text alerts from Amazon for months, but I was trying to wait for a particular city to work in, and who knows, man, I would have just taken the most convenient thing a lot earlier, but oh well. And the next question for you guys, and by the way, DJ Slaney, if you're still here, feel free to post things in the comments because I can bring up the comments and show them on here. So definitely, if you have comments you want about the first question, please share. So the second question, it is, what lesson about this ordeal would you want humanity to remember 25 years from now? And Professor Posse, say what you were saying, because that was very good.
I was saying that we should know this now, but hopefully then we'll know that we live in one world, and what affects one part of the planet is going to affect the other. I mean, we have one air mass, so it's always going around the globe. So we'll say in one part of the world, that air is going to bring it over to the other part of the world. And that, mankind started in Africa and we moved out and moved to the other continent. So mankind is constantly on the move. We don't just stand still. This is probably the most we've been standing still because people told us to stand still, but we're naturally people who like to move and go, not stay in place. I mean, that's how we've, gotten to every continent, and that's the way it is, and that's the way we are made to move, to go, to explore.
Yeah. And I would say DJ Selene gave some very good response to the first question. So I want to come back and show your answers in a moment. I want to give the other two panelists a chance to respond to question 2. So let's start with Mama T. Mama T, what would you hope that 25 years now people remember and the lessons they learned from this ordeal?
The kindness that people have shown each other. How everybody has come together as one to do this. It hasn't been like the purge or this like zombie apocalypse, where it's a mass pandemic where everybody is every man for themselves. Today I was at home and I was resting. I had a infusion yesterday, so I'm still kind of tired. And somebody showed up at my door that I know with fresh produce for our family, because I know it's hard for me to get out, and it's feeling too good, so she went and picked up produce for me and brought it to me because she was going out in that direction anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the fact that the kindness that we showed, that everybody has come together, and also probably that Mother Nature will take back over. Like, with all the damage that we have done to this world, is clearing itself up by keeping people in.
Yes.
And keeping people.
The skies are literally clear.
Exactly.
All right.
We're not even safe from ourselves.
Yeah. And in fact, with being kindness, there's some certain factions have declared ceasefire because dealing with this just becomes so problematic. So yeah, there's something. Yeah, people so far so good with coming together, putting aside certain differences, just trying to get through this. It's affecting everybody, so we all got to get through this. How about you, brother? And then I'll get to DJ Selene's response to the first question, which is very excellent. I love her how she responded.
Oh, see, this is a very, very, very good question. My truthful answer is really, I don't know. All right, I don't know.
We want to think about it for a moment.
No, what I noticed is like that we're all like I said, we're all still like we're still like I said, it's not the apocalypse where people are like out and shooting guns or holding up robbing and stuff. So there's still relatively calm right now.
Yeah.
And it's really testing our patience as a nation and as the world right now. Mm-hmm. So we've all been very patient, and we all are having that hope that the president, the next one, we all believe in this hope that yes, it will get better. So the lesson is 25 years from now that we all remain calm. Yeah. And for the most part, we all try to just follow guidance from our leaders to the best of our ability, and just maintaining hope. Mm-hmm. We maintaining hope. That's maintaining hope. So
that's very good. All right, and and DJ Lane's typing up her response to this question, and I'm very interested. Let's go back to the first question. Here's her response. It's a two-part statement response. So here's the first thing that she posted. All right, so he said, "It's funny. The only thing that comes to mind is that I would have hugged more people that I love and spent more time with them. I know it's crazy, but that's what I would have done." And she follows up with that with saying, "I'm very concerned about people's mental and emotional health after all this is cleared." And that's very important. Going back to what you said, when I discussed yesterday dealing with the monotony of all this, Jill Lantern, her boyfriend, and they were saying like they're just going out. If the country was open for a week, like this Easter week because I'm going to be open for business, they say, you know what, I just want to go out and talk to people and go to a restaurant and just chat and, you know, meet and say, like, just interact with folks. So, yeah, I'd say getting to hug while we can still hug without, without fear. It's definitely something valid. We are social creatures, and that's part of us socializing, hugging, handshakes, high fives, the fist bumps, pats on the back, all those little things, and just being able to sneeze without everyone looking at you like you just pulled a gun.
I'm doing DoorDash right now, and I have allergies. Like when I'm inside and I've been inside all day, I don't really have any effects. But whenever I start going outside the house and I'm going into businesses, my throat starts getting scratchy and my nose, and I'm like, don't cough, get your food and get out and don't cough. Get to the car, get going so you can cough whenever you're like, you can't see you cough because like they're gonna think you're like contagious.
Yeah.
But I literally have allergies, and it's so dumb. It's like, and then have people like walk really, really quickly, and it's like, I'm sorry, I have allergies. I'm not sick. I promise, I have allergies. Trust me, I check my temperature every single day to make sure that I'm not running a fever before I even run out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
And the second part with her, you know, saying like she's concerned about people's mental and emotional health. Yeah, we might be able to be cordial for a month more, but by May, we got to have some type of way of getting out there to interact with people, to work, to shop, to play, to relax. So yeah, hopefully we'll have something long term with the emotional state. We can recover, but yeah, it's going to be pretty tough. And like certain, there were like divorce rates going up, and there were also marriage rates going up. So it's a crazy time right now.
And there are baby rates going up.
Yes. All right, now I'm reading Seleni's response to question 2. Hold on here.
I'm starting.
She's following. No, this is still a follow-up on the first question. Here we go. A few more months of this, and we'll see a lot of other things. Not every country has a strong economy. Pretty soon, we'll see people having to steal to survive, etc. Yeah, like I said, yeah. Right now, we're in a good spot, but as long as basic services keep going, we should be okay. But yeah, I disagree with the mayor's idea of closing purposely on Mondays. We need places to go. We need opportunities to work. Businesses need opportunities to make money, and we it's a struggle. But yeah, if we don't, the less opportunities we have, the crazier we wind up being. You know, we need to have some type of practical solutions by the end of the month, or else things could get very bad. Emotional health in other countries. Fortunately, other countries, some other countries are starting to see some growth and change and getting people back out there. So hopefully that will continue. I think
if I'm not mistaken, Australia got a stimulus packet like the US did, but they got it from their government. So I think some governments are still helping out their citizens. So I'm
all right. Well, let's go to she has her response to the second question. All right. So we will be able to remember that we started this in very high spirits, that there's a lot of goodness in the world, but we have only just begun. Well, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. If this goes well, if this continues to go closely well, 25 years from now, people will be joking, oh, you just had to stay inside for 2 months. Hopefully joke. You will say, well, back in my day, you just don't know the struggle. wonderful to actually end the situation. There's only so much Netflix you can do. You want you know it's bad when you want to go to work just so you have someplace to go. You may hit the people at your work, but at least there's still people. Oh goodness, yeah, that's a very wonderful spot.
I'm outside right now. You're not gonna be able to see me. My neighbor just called me. She needs toilet paper.
Okay.
I'll be back hopefully.
Well, no, tell you what, I'll take you out because I'm gonna start doing the review, and you can just come back when you're ready. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna take have you had any follow-up thoughts for the second question of East Need? Have you had any lower thoughts? No, that's okay. That's okay. All right. So let me switch banners here. Hold on. So I'm going to take you guys off screen for a moment. I want to switch my camera to make sure everyone gets a chance to see this. All right. What am I doing? Is this still on? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys still hear me? Oh, there I am. There it is. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me. All right, Bruce can still hear me. Can you still hear me, Professor? You have to do a thumbs up by your face because you're off mic right now. All right. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Wonderful. All right. So here's just a recap of the topics that we did. So hopefully I can hold this steady enough. All right. So started with Sunday, New York today, tomorrow the world. Basically, hoping that this message will someday go across the world, but this is obviously affecting the whole world. On Monday, we had I want to be where the people are. And now more than ever, I want to be where some people are. That's Tuesday. We had there must be more than this provincial life. Last Wednesday, it actually didn't plan on being April Fool's Day. It just worked out that way. So with the song Topsy Turvy, everything is upsy daisy. Everyone is acting crazy. It hasn't been too bad for what I've seen directly, but we've heard the stories. We've seen the stories. Jill O'Lantern has several stories. So last Thursday, this child is getting wildly out of wing. Now, I don't have children, and but I imagine some folks with young children, especially Mama T, you know, her little ones love getting on camera. You know, after a while, it just gets nuts. You want to be with your kids, but not all the time. And even my mom's like, when I sent her my CBS All Access pass, and she's finally able to watch Star Trek and some grown folks programs, like, yes, thank you. All right. Last Friday, while he taxes us to pieces and he robs us of our bread, which basically says like, oh, you know, we got the stimulus package, but maybe it will come for some, but not for others, and when it will happen. And just the overall government response, the good, the bad, the strangest. And now we got potential more shutdowns. It's pretty stressful. And finally, can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? Basically, we're missing our friends and just reminiscing about our pals are doing and things like that. So concerning last week, it's okay to necessarily remember tops or anything, but let's get you guys back on screen here. Do you guys have any particular thoughts of last week? Do you even remember last week? I barely. It's a good thing I wrote all this down, or else I wouldn't even remember last week. But if you don't necessarily remember the topics, just do you remember anything interesting from last week that you want to stuff? Yeah,
the Zoom platform, I was able to get on that, and that's the men's Bible study. And so I was able to learn about Zoom, but I still don't know how to use it. There's another something that they said go to Zoom, and I tried to get on it, and I couldn't. So there must be more to it. I'll have to learn it.
And this lady's got some good responses to some of those topics, so we'll get back to them. And Mama T, I see you coming back in. I'm gonna let BSD answer, and I'll get back in a few moments. Okay, so just hold on. So do you remember last week at all, there, brother?
Yes, I do.
Anything interesting last week?
Yes. Well, right before April came, like I said, like the last Monday of March, I did a social gathering, but we were very mindful. I celebrated a friend's birthday that day, and I hung out with a friend afterwards and stuff. And then later on that week, like I said, I cleaned. Since I had nothing else to do, it forced me to finally clean my bedroom. So finally, my floor is finally clean. I finally cleaned my closet.
Yay.
My closet is finally clean. My bedroom floor
I've seen
is
that. I've seen it. It's something. It was something, but yay.
So the only thing that after I need to clean, I need to maybe to do laundry again. But even after that, like I said, really, my bedroom is clean. It's been neat all this time, and my closet is finally neatly organized. And like I said, I finally beat Spider-Man on PlayStation 4. I finally beat Gears of War 5 on Xbox One. so it gave me time to finally beat some games that I put off for a very long time. So, and I finally got a chance to clean, and that's all. Basically, the clean.
Right. And Mama T, I know you can't speak right now, but we're asking, like, hey, thinking about last week, is there any interesting memory from last week, if you remember last week at all? I'm going to remove the other two gentlemen from the screen for a moment. I'm going to bring up DJ Seleni's responses to some of the things. So one's response she had, everything is oopsie daisy for sure. That's definitely referring to April Fool's Day, if I can get this camera working properly. There we go. Everything is upsy daisy. Everyone acting crazy. Yep. We also got, see, I can't imagine having young kids right now 24/7. That's certainly what Mama T is experiencing, and what my mom, she's with the grandchildren, some of her grandchildren, and so that's definitely something. And missing lots of stuff. Missing our friends, missing interaction, missing going particular gatherings and things like that. From can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? So I'm going to get Mama T back in here, and she can talk about last week. All right, so get everybody back in here, back in here, back in here. All right, so do you have any special memory from last week, Mama T? Not from the stream, just in general, or something like that.
Last week,
if you remember last week.
Last week was probably pretty tough. It was pretty busy. I started door dashing last week, so I started on Saturday. Then I got my first paycheck on Monday, and I was super happy with all of the $13 I got, because I only did 2 dashes because I was trying it out. And I did dashing tonight. But yesterday, today is Saturday. So yesterday, I don't even know what days is what anymore, because everything runs into the next day. I have my 2 kids, which is Olivia, she's 2 now. Jonathan, he's 6. My friend's 2 kids, person A is 10, person B is 12. One of them is has a medical condition, and he has to have insulin, and he has a pod, so I don't have to worry about measuring it. Well, his pod came off on one of the days. His mom's at work and cannot be reached by phone because of it's childcare, so they have to lock their phones up. So I'm going, oh, good. What am I supposed to do? So luckily I was able to use my brain and figure out how to contact somebody from the church that was that had the same condition as he did, and was able to get him a backup supply. And we were able to get through that little crisis, because even now, even if he had that problem, and I wasn't able to get his get that problem fixed, I still couldn't take him to the ER because I wouldn't be allowed in.
Mm-hmm.
His mom wouldn't be allowed in because his mom's a single parent, so he has 2 more kids, and it wouldn't have been a good situation. So it's really tough right now, but it's been a really long week. Had to start iron infusions again. Next week is an even longer week, and everything is just.
And no, I was going to say, DJ Zelani, if you have any special memory from last week, be sure to post that in the comments, and I'll bring it up. So if you remember anything unique or interesting that happened or occurred. For instance, she's a teacher, so she's teaching on Zoom. She had to clear out her classroom and bring things in and trying to teach class via Zoom. So yeah, definitely post what you remember from last week, if you remember last week. But going on to this week, and I'm going to once again take everyone out just so we can see the information front better. All right, here we go. So we started this week with Mary Poppins Returns. When when life is getting scary, be your own illuminary. Because I think that was the first week when lots of services, religious services, were shut down along with everything else. So we're self-reflecting. And on Monday, we had Won't You Shake an Old Sinner's Hand for Princess and the Frog, basically commenting on how greetings are going to be changing. And handshake was something normal. Now it's taboo. We have Forget About Your Worries and Your Strife, which is from Bare Necessities, which is something that DJ Jerry suggested. That's DJ Seleni's husband. So we try to look on the positive things of what's going on. Then we have She Ought to Be Locked Up and Never Released. And this is actually interesting because when I originally made it, I didn't have the Bane mask on my face. It was just me with a regular face, and I just was talking about how people were trying to take advantage of the pandemic, price gouging, hoarding, being nasty to each other, or snake oil salesman potentials. But that was also when a lot of businesses started requiring masks. Everybody wear masks, so I decided to toss on that Bane mask. Next we have The Thingamabob That Does the Job. Finding alternatives now that we have some limitations, learning new skills, sewing, fixing our garments since certain clothes are somehow not essential items, repairs and all that kind of stuff. We can't call everybody, so we got to go on YouTube. Thank goodness for YouTube. Thank goodness for YouTube. Yesterday, then I'll stretch, maybe sketch, take a climb, sew, address. Basically dealing with the monotony, and no one knows better than being by yourself in monotony than Rapunzel from Tangled. And of course, today is Just Remember What Your Old Pal Said, as we reflect on what's been happening. So I want to go to, wait a minute. It seems I am mistaken. DJ Seleni is the person who suggested Bare Necessities. So I apologize for that. I've been giving credit to DJ Jerry. I guess I was going back and forth the messages. But yeah, so I apologize for that, DJ Seleni. And so guys, you think about what's going on with this week, anything interesting from this week and potentially coming month. And let me go back to what she replied. No, not that, the other one. It's coming. She's missing her students. We are at spring break now. I do miss human interaction. Yes, that's something that's we had to get used to. Just started up last week and now, woo! And oh yeah, and she mentions now, people living alone. Woo! Oh goodness. Yeah, I watched a YouTuber make a how to make a mask, a homemade mask, and she lives there by herself except for a cat. But yeah, she's probably going stir crazy. There are folks who are like married, but their partner is maybe overseas, or maybe they're like do a essential service, and they got to be secluded from their loved ones. Or in the case of Professor Policy, where we got family members scattered about. My other brother, he's gone off to visit his children. They live in Pennsylvania, so yeah, it's missing folks, just missing basic interaction. As I said, you don't know what you got until it's gone. But you miss people. People come and go, but you always figure you at least say hi in person while they are still here.
I was supposed to go see my sister
Oh yeah.
in Tennessee, and we had to cancel the trip.
That's terrible. How about Bruce? What are your thoughts on this week and the weeks going forward? And of course, DJ Slaney, what are your thoughts on this week and possibly the next week going forward?
That's my honest reaction right now.
That's fine.
No, right now, like I said, I'm just reading my Yahoo Mail right now. I just got the official email from Disney saying that on April 19th that I'm going to be furloughed. Even though I'm not getting money right now, that just going to make it even more official. So that means once that happens, I can now finally apply for unemployment. So hopefully I can get some more money. Because right now the bills are still coming in, and they'll still have to get paid. And that means my bank account is slowly it's not at zero yet. I'm still basically holding it in there, but hopefully, again, like they said, by May, something opens.
Mm-hmm.
So I at least can go out and do something. So, like I said, I'm fine for now. Like I said, Xbox is still keeping me entertained for the time being, and Hulu and Netflix as well. But really, at some point, I need to do something. That's all.
Yeah, and what's worse, you might have to cancel some of those things just to save money. I want to say hello to DJ Jerry. He is in here now. I was mentioning to this lady that I thought he gave the bare necessities idea, but apparently with the wife is a business. Hello, DJ Jerry. We're contemplating our thoughts for this past week, just in general. Anything interesting happened? So, Professor Policy, what are your thoughts on this week and the coming weeks?
I'm forgetting what days it is. So I'm going to try to
Yeah,
I remember what day it is.
Tomorrow is Easter.
Tomorrow is Easter.
Tomorrow's Easter.
Girl intern and her boyfriend, they were supposed to color some eggs yesterday, so hopefully they had a nice time color eggs, and they'll enjoy them for tomorrow. And of course, a lot of services will be doing streaming, so hopefully we'll find those sources if you follow the faiths. Those who might be watching. DJ Jerry is a rabbi. So that's wonderful. But yeah, it's the days are falling together. That
happened to me like the other day. I really thought yesterday was Saturday or Friday or something, because
me too.
Because my favorite TV show is now back on, How to Get Away with Murder. So I always, since I have Hulu, I have to wait until the next day to watch it. So when I went on Hulu one day, it said it's going to come on April 10th, and I said, why is it coming on Saturday? Does How to Get Away with Murder now come on Fridays now? I didn't know that it's coming on Fridays now. What? I thought it used to come on Thursday, but then I'm coming up on It was actually Thursday. I'm like, and then the other day it was Friday. I was like, oh, sheesh. What day? I don't know what day it is.
And here's DJ Solaney's thought. Let's take a moment. Like, this too shall pass. Yes, it will. Not a great spirit, but DJ Jerry, we're just giving our thoughts on the past 2 weeks. So, if there's any particular unique memory, good or bad, that you thought of this week, feel free to share that in the comments, and I'll post it up while we finish up. But yeah, I definitely want to get your thoughts on the week, good, bad, different. If you have a unique thought about what has transpired, feel free to share. But in the meantime, I want to go back to my other camera. I want to keep you guys there. Let me get this off the screen. So, as I've been mentioning all throughout April, Jill Lantern and I have been, we get these daily aspirations, or daily affirmations, I should say. That's the word I'm looking for, affirmations. And so they're nice little positive things of note. So, I guess I am going to take you guys off because it's cutting you guys off. All right, you'll be back on screen in a moment. And DJ Solaney is saying, I wonder if someday we will miss the days when we had nowhere to go, nothing to do. I won't miss it anytime soon. I'm quite sure there'll be a couple of times when I'm frustrated, and I'll say, hey, I could use one more day of doing nothing. Can we have a 2-day pandemic? DJ Jerry saying, I enjoy being at home with some of the people that I love, and I am thankful that we are okay, even though there are many challenges. And that's a great attitude to consider and hold as we all go through this amazing, unique, and challenging experience. That is fantastic thought. And by the way, guys, DJ Jerry for Starlight Music, that is the name of his YouTube channel. He talks about rock and roll history. It's very cool. We even did a collaboration. So, you guys definitely check it out. And DJ Solaney, that's the name of her YouTube channel. Also, she does things in Portuguese as well. So, that's pretty, they both have very cool YouTube channels. I recommend you guys check them out. So, our thought for the day as we bring this to a close. Whoa, goodness, is this? I gotta plan out here. I'm too close. There we go. Where's my marker? I promised myself I'd be ready this time. All right. I inhale, calm. I inhale, calm, and exhale, stress. Let me get that on camera here. I inhale, calm, and exhale, stress. That is something excellent advice for this time being, because we all, as bad as things are, it is stressful. And I chatted with another friend on her live stream. We discussed suffering. And our thoughts on suffrage because of the Easter season. And I was saying, well, we're all struggling right now. And I gave it a different notion of suffering. What am I doing here? There we go. There I am. But basically, getting everybody back on screen. We're all in this together, and it is stressful and it's challenging, but we're so good. We're gonna get through. So let me go around the panel and let me ask your thoughts on that affirmation. Let's start with Professor Policy. I inhale calm, and exhale stress. What do you have? How do you think of that?
Yeah, that's good. That's something like we do, at the center. We always have to inhale and exhale. So yeah, that's very good. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's see.
Let's go to Mama T. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a very good one because everybody needs to learn to just breathe.
Yeah,
Because
with
if you don't breathe,
a
you're
lot of
gonna get stressed out.
yeah, and a lot of businesses are going to be closed tomorrow for the holiday to give their workers a chance to breathe. And I guess depending on what the governor does of New Jersey, I know what that policy to happen because if one city does it or one state does it, all the other states start doing it, just like with the whole mask thing. So, but at
I
least
mean,
for tomorrow.
I wouldn't have a problem with it. I think everybody, needs to be like, no, you can't go out and get a milkshake today. No, you can make your own milkshake at home. No, you don't need to get fast food. Learn how to cook at home because all these fast food workers, they need a break. I went in today for a DoorDash order. They were 25 minutes behind because they were so slammed because everybody's going crazy. They need a break. They're burning candles at both ends.
And then I wouldn't have a problem because I don't go out anyway. They tell the seniors to stay in, and so High Heel Knight goes out whenever I need something. He gets it for me. So it wouldn't be any change really for me.
I mean, it's one day. It's not like.
Well, maybe we get my brother in there. What are your thoughts on that saying, I inhale calm and exhale stress? And by the way, someone else just joined the chat, so hello to that person. Say hi in the comments so I can acknowledge you. But yeah, I inhale calm and exhale stress. What are your thoughts on that, brother?
That is a very good saying. Something I should start applying, even beyond this pandemic. Something I should just apply in life in general. Breathing calm, exhale stress. Because sometimes I might have the exterior that I might seem calm, but inside I'm just all worrying, all stressed out, and trying to figure stuff out and stuff. So I always have to keep telling myself just breathe, breathe, breathe. Just be calm.
All right. And so it's Dallas Corn who's joined the chat. I'd imagine that's one of the DJs, Selene and Jerry's. Is that one of your kids, guys, or other a relative, or an odd chance that they have the same last name? But just let me know who that person is. Oh, yeah, no, that. Hold on, sorry. Ah, yes, daughter, I imagine. Well, hello, hi, family. Hello, Dallas. Hello, and I posted a comment. Hello, Dallas? Question mark. That was supposed to be a period. I'm trying to do multiple things. Well, hello. I'm very glad you joined in. We're just wrapping up, giving us our affirmation. Hold on. I inhale calm and exhale stress.
Exhale stress.
Wow. Here's a great response by DJ Jerry saying that it reminds him of meditation class at Kaiser. So let's all do that right now. Everyone will do 4 nice inhales and exhales. Okay, so one. I know there's a delay, 6-second delay, but we do one here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Inhale and exhale. We'll do one more. Inhale. And exhale. All right, wonderful. DJ Jerry says he used to teach Let's see, what is he saying here? Teach me some of these breathing techniques. Yes, breathing, always breathing is helpful. So with that stated, I'm going to bring this session to a close and this series to a close. I will probably still, like I said earlier, I'll probably start doing these weekly, not starting this coming week. I want to get some other projects done, but I'll probably like maybe every Mondays or Sundays or something, a nice little weekly thing, because these are fun. But I want to thank all of you for joining me through this experience. I greatly enjoyed your input. I really enjoy your interaction. I'm very thankful that you guys are in my lives, even though you're very far away, except for a case of Professor Policy, who's right downstairs. But I'm glad we're all pronounced safe. I'm glad we have this modern technology to say communication with each other and help each other and learn each other. Thank goodness for YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, be sure to check out the videos on my channel, High Heel Nut Reviews. Be sure to check out DJ Selene on their channel. Check out DJ Jerry from Starlight Music on his channel. I don't know if Dallas Corn has one, but I'll find out. Hey, you got one great. But thank you so much, everybody. I greatly, tremendously appreciate it. You guys have made this experience wonderful. And I hope to have more interesting content coming in the next few days. Potentially my Star Wars Rise of Skywalker review. I know a lot of people have been waiting for it. I have one friend who's just been like, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? So, but for now, thank you once again. And remember, find inspiration.
Inspiration everywhere.
Everywhere. Bye, everyone.
Everywhere.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Happy Easter to those who celebrate. We're going to end the broadcast slowly here.